Court, do you want to hit record? Awesome. Okay, recording. This is the December mentorship call number 3. So this is our last December mentorship call. And honestly, it's always my favorite one because it's way more intimate. You guys are more involved. It's not just me and Courtney like talking your faces off. We really want to connect with you guys, see where you're at, help you as best as we can. So I know that not everybody is on the call today, but I hope that if you are on the call that you participate, because truly like this is for you guys. We do this for you. We want to make sure that you are as set up and as equipped for success as possible. So I really, before we kind of get into that, I really wanted to talk a little bit about your coming out posts, because so many have now done kind of like a coming out post and it's been amazing. And I've seen so many great posts or stories or whatever. And sometimes it's like, oh God, I've put it out there. Now what? Like, oh my God, what do I do? And honestly, you will get a lot. Like I find that friends and family are usually very supportive in the beginning and they're like, rah, rah, way to go. Good for you. It's not to say that they're all going to sign up with you. In fact, I found that the large majority of my close friends didn't sign up with me right away. What they did is that they were like, way to go. Like, we love you. But then would kind of ghost me when I was like, do you want to do it with me? Do you want to join me? The reality is that from here forward, people are going to watch. They're going to watch you. And it's now up to you to show them that you mean business, that this isn't like some trend or something that you're just trying out, like that this is something that you mean business about and that you're legit. As a coach, ultimately, we're not, like you guys know this, we're not fitness experts. We're not nutrition experts. We're not professionals in terms of like a life coach. What we are, we're there as accountability and as support and as encouragement. And that is ultimately what you need to do to show up every single day now. If you are claiming to be a coach, but you have none of these credentials, then you better be showing up every single day and tell people and show people, show them that you mean business, that you are accountable, that you will help them with their own accountability, and that you'll be there for them. If you come out with this big post, you're like, I'm doing this, and then your stories are dark, or you're not sharing, or you're not doing another post, or you're not like showing people how you're actually doing this, then people don't really know what you're doing. You're not really open for business. People are confused. They don't get it. It's now up to you to show up every day, to share in your stories, to share in a way that's like genuine and authentic to you. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect every day and share a perfect sweaty selfie every day or anything like that. It really means that you're now sharing this journey with other people to kind of bring them along with you. So I really encourage you that, like, if you're going to do it and you're going to put the post out there and you're going to do this business, it's time to show up. If you don't show up every day in your stories and do your posts, then your business is essentially closed. People don't know what you're doing and it's hella confusing. So once you put your post out there, commit to doing the dang thing. I'm going to pass it to Court. She's got something to talk about that too.
Yeah, I think, we're going to go through the business activity tracker a little bit, but alongside what Erin said, I think I've heard this before and it really rung true. It's like, are you deciding if you are interested or committed to this business? Because there are people that are interested in this business and that want to reap the rewards of this business, both in their personal journey and maybe financial. And so they sort of show up in a way that they're interested, which means here and there, inviting people before you have a group enrolling, sort of the half-ass activities. But if you are committed, then it really does mean showing up every single day. And this is one of the ways that you can do that through the business activity tracker. But also it's like showing up on team calls. So often I'll have coaches reach out and be like, oh, I'm feeling like I'm in a slump. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, let's get on a call. And I've never seen them on a team call. And honestly, for all your coaches and their coaches, like, it's a waste of their time if you're not going to invest your own time in getting on the team calls and doing the research to then go to your coach and ask for their time, right? So being committed to this business really means being resourceful, leaning into what we sort of call the mothership. Like whether Erin and I is your coach, or maybe Milyn, or maybe Milyn's coach is your coach, you still can be connected to the mothership in a really great way, which is leaning into the chats, the team calls, the team page, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, those who do are those that rise the quickest, the ones that lean into the team. So, Erin, how did you want to do it? Did you want to do a little bit of round table, or did you want to go through the bat?
Yeah, I was really hoping to connect with everybody more one-on-one if you're open for that and just see like where you're at, what you're struggling with, what is kind of holding you back. Like I know for me in the beginning there were I had so many roadblocks. It wasn't necessarily that I had questions, like I didn't even really know what to ask, but I could say where I was at and maybe what wasn't really working. So if you're bold enough, take yourself off mute, share maybe what's going well, what's not, what your holdbacks are, and let's talk them through.
Yeah, I don't even think we should give people the option. Let's just go around the table. So anyone that's new into December, Katie, is this Katie's first month? Are you there, Katie?
Yes, it is. Hi, I'm here. I'll turn my video on too.
There she is. So where are you
Uh,
at? How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Sorry, can you hear my? Yeah, it's been going well. I've been talking to people lots. Um, I have one person signed up, and I have 3 people who are like, "Yes, I'll do it, but I'm not sure if I want to do it right now." Um, so it's been kind of hard, but I think that um, this week should be good because I have a lot of people that are saying yes. Um, yeah.
Okay, so with the people who are saying yes, are they you signing them up with 9 Week Control Freak starting tomorrow? Is that your plan? Like, what's your plan for your challenge group?
Yeah, so I have 2 people that I'm for sure gonna sign up for 9 Week Control Freak. And then there is one other person who's not sure what she wants to do, whether she's like ready for that, but I'm just trying to tell her that like your best bet is to probably do the 9 week control freak, then you have everything, and if you don't want to start with it, you don't need to. And then I have a couple other people who want to do it, but they're not committing to like signing up right now. So yeah, just still have to work on them.
Awesome. So maybe like for those people, I'm like, amazing, have a great Christmas. Like, let's connect in the new year. And I just leave it because it is a strange time for a lot of people. And people are like in the hustle and bustle of the holidays. And if they're not ready to receive your message, then I wouldn't push it, right? I would just be like,
Mm-hmm.
amazing, have a great Christmas. Like, let's connect in the new year. So how is your social media going? Do you feel like I don't know your account, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you openly sharing? Have you posted a
Um,
coming out?
I have a coming out post written up, but I haven't posted it yet.
Okay, so why are you holding back?
um, I have no idea. It
It's
scares
scary.
social media, like scares me, like putting it out to people that like, yeah, I don't know.
Have you shared your draft in our little chat?
No,
Okay,
I
why don't you
will.
share it there and see how it's received there and we can all give you our like honest opinion because we're here for you. Like I don't if you put something that I was like, "Oh god, this is terrible." Like I would say, "Okay, let's work on this part," right? Like we are here for you.
Okay.
Um the only thing like I find in if you make it about you and your own journey and it's something that like you're going through, the people in your life will be there for you. If you make it more of like I'm here to sell to you, people will be turned off from that. So if you take it from yourself, your own perspective, your own journey, what you've been through, how this has helped you, what you're doing, people will be there for you. You shouldn't be
Okay.
afraid.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so drop it in the chat today after this call and we will help you with it.
Okay.
Okay. Other Katie, where are you at, girl?
Right here. Sorry, hold on. My baby's sleeping, so that's why I'm trying to be a little quiet. So I have talked to my people, and I feel like they say they're ready. And when I start talking to them about it, it seems like they're like not really there yet. I have some people who say they're waiting till after Christmas, and then a couple who they're not interested in workouts. They just want the nutrition part of it. So I'm trying to like hype up the whole thing, and I'm trying to post every day about 9-week control freak, and I've started doing some of the workouts on my Instagram. I don't know though, I just feel like a lot of my people are just watching. They're cheering me on, kind of like Erin was saying, they're cheering me on. They're messaging me saying how I'm inspiring them, but then when it comes down to it and I share information with them, nothing happens. They just don't respond, or they just say, oh, I'm not ready yet.
Honestly, when I get ghosted by somebody like that, it's okay. Like, I see it as a positive now, because it's not a no. And they're really just starting to watch you. They're starting to decide if you're for real, if you're really going to do this. While you were talking, I was just peeking at your Instagram. I would start, like, we need to see the Katie show. Like, your next post should be just of you. Like, this is your journey. Cause that's really what is the most inspiring, I think, for women that are starting. It's like, wow, yes, she's a mom. Yes, she's, whatever things are in your life, but she's like stepping out and doing this for her. Like, that is something to women, because as we post, like, every single one of us before coming on here, and I know there are people that aren't moms, and so, it might have been other things, but like, the whole IG was our kids, right? And it's like, no, this is about Katie. So just keep emerging and keep finding your own personal journey through this, because as vulnerable as it might feel to share, that's the most impactful part. Watching someone else be vulnerable really is impactful for the woman on the other side. And it really is going to make her believe and trust that you're in this journey for yourself and for others. So honestly, the advice to you, I would just keep going. Whoever you have for your next challenge group, pour into them. Your journey is your job. Keep showing up in your stories. And I know that you're new, so I'm not saying like you should have done this already, but it's like, now is the time to really step out and show up for Katie, just Katie, So I would encourage you, like, your next like 3 posts are you.
Yep.
And your supporting characters are always going to be sprinkled in there, but it's time for Katie. And especially, guys, like, for everybody, especially as we embark on this next program, most of you guys, the cycle that we sort of go through is that most coaches or most new customers join for like a 3-week program, right? And then you choose another one. But like, the power in us all doing this program together at the same time, like, this is your opportunity to really share the story of this journey. Like, I loved what Milan did. She just finished her 80-day program, and every single day it was 1 out of 80, 2 out of 80, 3 out of 80. Like, you're slapping it in their face. You might think that it's redundant, but it is consistency. It's inspiring to see that you're still going, still showing up for you. And that's what people want out of a coach.
Yeah, it's like you're doing so great, Katie, and you've got like a newborn there, and I know that's so hard. I think now it's truly about building your credibility as a coach. Like I said, we're not fitness experts, we're not nutrition experts, but you can build your credibility as somebody who's not going anywhere. And your friends are going to start watching you, and they're going to start watching you like work on yourself every single day. And as a mom, up until when I started this, I wasn't doing any of that. Like, God, not at all. I was drowning. So you will be their light, you will be their inspiration, and you have to keep showing up. And the reality is that this business you don't reap what you sow right away. You're not going to see the benefits of your efforts today, tomorrow. You're just not. It takes showing up and working on yourself and doing the things for a little while, but you're doing so great. Who's next? Who wants to speak up? Celia?
Hi. I'm sprinkling stuff in there here and there. I'm not shy on Instagram. I teach sourdough courses and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not talking on stories is not new to me. So Yeah, I just saw Milan posted or sent me a message saying I need to add captions to my IG story. So I'll start doing that because she said people listen to it with the sound off. So I was talking today about my today was my last day of 21 Day Fix. And I did the whole program, so I'm super stoked about that. Because I did it when I started with BOD and I didn't do every day. So yeah, I'm super happy. So I've done 30 day and 21 day now, 30 day breakaway and 21 day fix now. I did both programs. Yeah, I'm just sprinkling it in where I can. And I have one coach signed up and another person interested. One person was totally interested. Actually, it was Steph Aaron from Ring It. But then the code didn't work and she which whatever, it was, that's obviously not the big reason why she didn't sign up, but she was trying to check out and the code didn't work. And then she was like, oh no, it's Christmas time and it's too much. And then she was like, I'll just wait until the new year because I'm hoping that Santa brings a spin bike. So yeah, so that was kind of disappointing, but I'm plugging away at it.
Yeah, you know what? That's gonna happen, and that's okay. And you'll just keep going on, and she'll, like I said, she'll continue to watch you, and I guarantee you she will join eventually. Because even people who have spin bikes, I know so many people who have spin bikes and do these workouts alongside them, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a no forever.
For
so
sure.
how?
In the new year, so I'll check back in with her.
Yeah, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. How are your invites going? What are you doing to invite?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, that's not true. I have a mom group that I've talked to and I've invited everybody. I just don't know how it quite works. And I've been meaning to check with Gabby because she's my coach. Like, I know we just don't invite people into Fire and Freedom because until they've signed up. So do we just invite them into 9 Week Control Freak, the little group, even if they haven't signed up? Because what gets me fired up is seeing what gets me fired up for 9 Week Control Freak is seeing everybody else being fired up about it. But I don't know where to invite them because I'm not going to start my own group. I don't think
you can add them to that info group. That info group on Facebook is free, and that's for everybody. So there's like 700 some odd people in there. That's free. We're adding all of our prospects in there so that they can see the hype and the energy like you're talking about. And then when they sign up, you can put them, I believe, Milan, you guys have your own group, and then you can create your BOD group. I know you said you don't want to create a group, but all of the coaches are all doing their own BOD group on BOD groups. Even if you have 2, 3, 4 people, then it's like your tight-knit group and keeping each other super accountable. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's super easy.
There's so many groups. Like now I'm part of, like I won, I don't know how that works because obviously I'm new, but I won a spot in Autumn's group with Gabby. So that's a BOD group. And
so
then
cool.
I'm in a BOD group with Gabby. So to start my own group, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, to be honest. So can I just, I don't know.
Just talk to Gabby about it, right?
Yeah. Celia, talk to Gabby, like maybe you and her, maybe you can hook up with her to do a BOD group, but I would connect with her if you're like really uncomfortable about doing your own right now. And you're in a lot of groups right now because you're in a lot of the coach groups and a lot of the challenger groups. And I know that can be overwhelming at first, but your job is to not overwhelm your people and like make sure that they're going in the right path. And if that, you know, if that's less groups or like just one group and that's where they are, but that's what you need to figure out. But I would talk to Gabby about it.
Okay. Yeah. To be honest, I own a business. So like between like our business Facebook group and it's a lot. So yeah. So not to say that I won't start my own BOD group eventually, but right now it just feels like a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to Gabby.
And mute the groups that aren't serving you or leave the groups that aren't serving you. Like no requirement to be in all the groups, honestly.
This is true. I know, but I find it inspirational. I just don't want to post it all. Do you know what I mean? Like I just didn't know where to add people.
Yeah. So add them to that info group.
Which one?
The total countdown.
Sorry?
Total control countdown.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
Yari, how are you?
Oh, we can't hear you.
Okay, maybe we'll go to somebody else and then loop back. Who else do we have who hasn't spoke yet? Alexandra? How are you doing? Where are you at? What's working? What's not working?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm late, so I don't know if someone asked the question that I'm going to ask, but what is the difference between about groups and Facebook group? Also, should I open my own bot group for my clients, or I should add them to my coach be a bot group? And if it has any extra cost? That's a question I have.
So the difference between the blog groups and the Facebook groups is really a personal choice. We started our groups on Facebook, and we have felt like it was a really great place to build community and to really have people sort of get to know each other because they could add them as friends and all that kind of stuff. Beachbody is really encouraging people to use blog groups, and the main reason that we want to try and encourage people to use blog groups is that it's better for tracking. Also, it's a lot less intimidating for you as a new coach to just set up a really quick blog group with like 2 or 3 women, however many you have. And then the next time you want to run one, you can literally copy and paste and turn that into a new group. So it's really, really simple. The way to set up a blog group, if you go to Beachbody On Demand, like where you stream your workout on a computer, not on your phone, and then go to bod groups, you can set up a group in like 3 minutes. What's really cool too is that after someone joins you through Share a Cart, you can then just go invite to groups, and that's all connected. So it's all going to be in the same place for them, which is on their Beachbody app. I think the question on like where to do it too, you really should connect with your coach and just talk it over, because maybe it depends on if your coach has a community on Facebook, then maybe you can add them to that, but then do your own blog group so that you can really be a coach to your own personal clients. I think and that's kind of what we're all doing with Control Freak is, yes, we're going to have a Facebook community, but it's not going to be a roll call. It's going to be a community for meal plans and resources. And then let's all be our own coach and really keep track of our own clients on bod groups. Because something else that's really incredible is that you can see how many times they checked in the week. And that's going to help you as a coach when you go to check in with them and be like, how's it going? I see you haven't checked in. Are you off the wagon, or are you just not tracking? Like, how can I help? Right? So it's really up to you, but I would suggest you start your own bod group and then check in with your coach on the community end, right? And figure that side out. But I would suggest everybody has their own bod group. It's really nice too that when people join you, they can see, it says my coach, their groups, they can see that you have a live group, and your credibility instantly rises because they see that you actually have your own group. You're not just joining, Milan or Jackie or whatever, like you're doing the dang thing, right?
Okay, and it has an extra cost or not?
No, it's free.
No, okay.
When you join, yeah. So when they join and they have access to Beachbody, bod groups is free.
It's part of it. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Most other people have their camera off. I don't know if anybody wants to speak up that has their camera off.
Yari, did you want to try again? You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Not sure what's going on with my computer, but anyways, I think things are going okay. I was traveling and now I just came back, and household situation is kind of crazy, but I'm still trying to organize the people that I have signed up already. I told them that I wanted to schedule a call this week with them to kind of remind them of like why they joined and getting them ready for prep week. Not everyone joined with 9-week Control Freak, but I'm still doing the bod group and using that as a theme and inviting them over into that. I had a couple of people who were interested but said that couldn't afford it. But 2 of them, after I sent them to the landing page, said, well, we might be interested in doing the quarterly subscription, because that way we kind of, it's cheaper right now and we can see if we like it. So, if one day say it's too expensive, I try to just say, I understand things are tight. I'm here to support you, whatever you're doing, just reach out whenever you're ready. Happy to answer questions. I need to work on inviting, like how I talk to other people, because I was so overwhelmed. I tried to at least be consistent with what I was posting and trying to add a little bit more to it. So if today my workout was difficult, to say like today was hard but I did it, or Milan knows I've been complaining a lot about working out when it's really hot. So trying to like add a little bit of like more of my life into that, but I need to start talking on my stories and giving more information. I tried to add some value, even though it was not directly to bod, when I was traveling, and saying like, travel tip, get a scale, travel tip, get a water bottle. So definitely not at the A game yet, but trying to make an effort to post more and always asking myself, what can I add of value to them and show a little bit more about my life.
That's amazing. You're doing great. Like, I wasn't considering what to add value until like this year, and that's like 2.5 years in. So you're doing great. Like, be proud of your social media. If you're really aiming for that value piece, like, way to go. I know you said you're struggling a little bit with inviting. I honestly, my best advice would be to simplify it and take the pressure off and just try and be way more like just normal yourself about it. Think of the people in your life that you would want to do this with and say, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to do it with me? Like, genuinely, like you would invite them to go to a party together, or like you would invite them to come out to dinner with you. Like, try and take the pressure off and just do it in a way that feels natural to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're doing so great. Okay, we're like nearing the end of the call here, but I know there's still some others who haven't spoken yet. Who else would like to take themselves off mute and share? Corey, go ahead.
Hi, I just have a quick question, actually. So in terms of my progress and stuff, I think it's going really well. I've talked to Erin about this, but nobody else. But I think I'm going to be more of a slower build than a quick rapid fire, get a bunch of people on board, because I'm sort of slowly rebranding. I've always been very active. This isn't new to me. I've always done all the stuff. So I'm just sort of rebranding, I guess, as doing the Beachbody stuff. And a lot of people are very interested, asking a lot of questions. But my entire network comes from the hospitality and events industry, and most people are out of jobs right now, unfortunately. So it's kind of tough. So not making excuses, but I'm focusing more like on the long-term game. But I did want to ask, I had somebody reach out to me who actually knows about the sisterhood, because she was like, oh, I'm in a group. What group are you with? And who are you doing it with? And we started chatting, and I said, the sisterhood. She said, oh, I want to be in the sisterhood. She knows one of your sisters. So I was like, oh, wow. So I wanted to ask about, I didn't say, well, come, I'll bring you over. But I said, it's really disappointing if you're not happy. It's important that you're happy and that your needs are met or whatever. But like, what is the etiquette around that? If ever she wanted to jump ship from her current group, if she isn't happy, can she come over? Or I don't know. Is that like a no-go, or I don't know how that works?
No, it's really common, especially as a brand coach, that a lot of people will say like, oh, I already have BOD, but they don't either have a coach or they sign up through the website or whatever, right? So just be really open about that conversation and say like, do you have a coach, or maybe it sounds like she's in another group. Like, she can join you if she wants. It really isn't uncomfortable. I think that you just need to, I don't know, like, see what serves her, right?
Okay, perfect. I just didn't want to like break any etiquette rules there.
Oh, nah.
Okay.
And just send change requests from, like, I've had people that literally have switched from me to their friend, and their friend was my coach. Like,
Okay.
it really doesn't
Yeah.
matter, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
You want to make sure that the client feels served and you're meeting them where they're at, and that's what's most important. But I wanted to maybe mention like something to think about for you, because it's so common that people give us the money excuse, right? And for you being like, oh, everybody's in the service industry and nobody has a job right now and it's so tough, right? But I just want to offer to you that them not having a job has nothing to do with them wanting to be healthy. So I would think of a group that you could do that would really meet them where they're at. So maybe everybody that joins does the quarterly membership, and you like have, you know, a 21-day meal plan set out on a budget, or like gear it to them, right?
True. It doesn't have to be the control freak necessarily.
I'm sorry, but anyone can spend $40 on their health and fitness right now, because they're blowing that anywhere else during the day, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
You think money's the reason, combat that with like the perfect program for them, and like even maybe gear it to like the industry, right? In some way, like think of something creative. But
smart. Yeah.
You know, I would like to see that.
That's a brilliant point, Court. I love that you said that. I wanted to add one more thing on like the coach change request thing. There is an actual policy with Beachbody that states like a coach can never like poach another client.
Yeah.
So I'm always careful in terms of like writing and the words that I will use. I always kind of hope that it's essentially coming from them. So I'll ask like, do you have a coach or community that supports you? How, like, are you being served? And then I feed off of where they're at. If you feel as though they're not supported, then I'm like, everyone's always welcome in our community. If you're looking for more support, like just be careful that if anybody was to ever screenshot your conversation and it was sent to corporate, that it's not like, oh, you're on the hunt stealing other people's clients. So just be aware.
Yep.
But that being, I'm saying that because this is a training call, but be aware that everybody switches. And I've had coaches switch from me to me, all like it pretty much people switch to their closer person all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Awesome. Ashley, where are you at?
Hey, sorry, I'm driving, so if you hear my little one screaming, I'll try and put it on mute. Doing really good, I think. Things seem to be going well. I've had a really good response to my posts and my videos and sharing, which has been a little out of my comfort zone, but it's going well. I'm going to have a group of about 10 to 15 people joining me for 9-week Control Freak, which is really exciting. And then I have a question, though, for my other people who are joining or have Beachbody on Demand. Should I be setting up a separate group or inviting them to the sisterhood? I'm not really ready to set up my own community or anything like that yet. But should I just be inviting them?
I would put them all together in the bod group you're creating. It doesn't matter if some people are doing different programs. If it's all your people and you're serving and supporting all of them, I would put them all in the same group and like let them kind of help and encourage each other. It doesn't matter if some people are doing 9-week Control Freak and other people are doing 21-day fix. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
if you have that many people already, I'd put them all together.
Perfect. Okay, so that's really good. And then I did have another question. So for tonight or tomorrow morning's launch, are you guys staying up and doing it tonight, or like what's your plan? Like I was thinking of doing it at midnight just to kind of get those out, and then they're in somebody else's hands if they want to order right away.
It'll probably be out before midnight. I bet you like 9 p.m. your time, 6 p.m.
Okay.
It'll probably be out. Like I always do it the night before because I'm on the West Coast, and so it's not super late. But as we get word, we'll put it in the chats that it's live. And we're in a bunch of other chats with Crush Nation, so we usually get that notice pretty quick. To you, like it's not the end of the world if you don't do it tonight and you send it tomorrow. Like it launches tomorrow, but giving our clients the best opportunity to order early, I think, is great. So
I have
because I'm still waiting on mine, so I don't want anyone else.
Yeah. I've always done it the night before, but they technically launch it the night before to test out the links and test it all out to make sure that it's good to go for the following day. Last launch, it was 30-day breakaway, or no, maybe it was even just the coach launch, the last one in the beginning.
Yes.
I had so many issues. I think one of them was even yours, actually.
Yes, it was.
I had so many issues, and I was ultimately like, oh, damn, like they really are testing these links. Like maybe they aren't necessarily ready for me to be mass putting all my stuff out there. So this time I might actually wait till Monday. We'll see. Depends how keen you are. Either way.
Either way. Really think we're up early enough. So, okay. Perfect. No, I think things are going well. Appreciate the feedback you've been giving me, Erin. It's awesome. and just all of you guys are super supportive. So it seems to be going well. If you have any ideas, let me know, because it's definitely different.
You're doing great. One thing I'll share with everybody else for the benefit of everybody else.
Yes.
She's been talking to the camera a lot, and it's really great. But I noticed today that she's watching herself talk. And this is something that took me a long time to get. But I encourage you all to take a video of yourself looking at yourself talking. Even you could just say, like, I went and made a snowman today, and look at yourself talking, and then do another video of you looking at the lens saying the same thing. And then watch the difference, because there's a massive difference in the way you connect with your audience if you're looking directly at them to the lens versus looking at yourself in the picture. And it's a small thing that makes a big difference in terms of your connection. So if you're so bold as to talk to the screen and do that, make sure you're talking to the lens. Think about like your best friend, or think about somebody that you are like, you love talking to, and think about pretend you're talking to them. The more energy you bring, the better. Celia, I definitely look at myself. Yeah, it's hard not to, but I really like do that challenge where you do a video of both and see if you notice the difference. Who else do we have here? Elise, did you want to share?
Sure. Things are going well. I've been avidly sharing on social media with my fitness journey for years. So posting about Beachbody is kind of second nature to me. Yesterday, which is funny, somebody was talking about potentially getting a cycle bike. I kind of went on a little mini rant yesterday on my story about Peloton, because I used to have a Peloton. It's like $45 for the on demand, and then it's $60 something per month for the bike. And I sold it within like 6 months of having it, because there's not that community. Yeah, there's like an online community of Peloton people, but you don't have that. And I'm like, why am I paying $45 a month for some garbage workout? In my opinion, I don't know. Like, oh, they're like, oh, there's all these different, I did all their lifting programs and things. It was just like trash. It was trash. So I kind of like went on a little rant, and it actually got I say a lot of feedback. When I get 3 people blowing up my inbox, that's a lot to me. And they're like, oh my God, that's so true. I'm like, I literally paid $160 to start Beachbody, and that's it. I didn't mention, the monthly subscription to Shakeology and all the things, but if you're essentially going to be paying $150 a month to ride a bike for 30 minutes with no nutrition help, none of this, none of that. So that was sorry, I'm having a squirrel moment. I've actually gotten a lot more feedback via Facebook from my friends and family, girls I went to college with, things like that. I have gotten feedback on Instagram from ladies who have followed me since the beginning of my journey, because I've lost a lot of weight from the beginning. And yeah, so things are going well. I potentially probably have about 5 people signing up in January. I haven't officially sent them the links yet, because we're waiting for the holidays, but I'm really going to try and drive it in this week, because with the shipping and all the things, I really want them to have their shakes and everything that they need to get started on January 4th. So I'm going to be following up with them on Monday with that. So that's what's going on with me.
That's awesome. I think that your messaging in terms of like Peloton and Beachbody, and like that you've just like tried different things is ultimately how people find Beachbody too, right? Like whether they went to the gym or whatever, like finding what works for you is key, and that can continue to be in your messaging. Like releasing anything negative about anywhere else, like I wouldn't, harp on what's bad about Peloton, but more so just like how this is working for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Into that.
Yeah, I didn't call out Peloton specifically. I was just saying, the New Year's coming around. That's normally when the craze happens. Like people start signing up for the next best thing. So that was really referring to Weight Watchers and all these other different at-home movements that are all happening with on-demand type workouts. And another thing to note, I've always been like an avid gym working outer. And when I started Beachbody 4 weeks ago, I was working out in the gym. And then this past week, I was like, oh, fuck, I want to go to the gym. Like, I just want to work out at home. So once I started videoing myself and recording myself at home, I got a bigger response. They're like, oh my God, you do that shit at home? And I was like, yeah, I can do it at the gym, or I can do it at home. It's the only reason I was working out at the gym is because I cannot find a 20-pound weight to save my life, and I need heavier weight. So that's why I prefer to work out in the gym, and like this little room, it's got bigger weights, but I just worked out at home this week, and they're like, "Oh my God, I need this. What are you doing at home? I want to work out at home because of COVID. They're all scared. They don't want to go to the gym." So
That's awesome.
I thought that was interesting.
For sure. And the more you share like what's working well for you, the more people will relate to you and your story. That's awesome. Way to go. Who else do we have? Because we are over time here now. Sherry, you're back. Are you able to share?
Hi. Thanks for kind of waiting for me. Yeah, so I mean, I've been sharing every day. I've been doing it for a while now, and I get a lot of really positive feedback. I've reached out. I have a couple of people who kind of, I feel like they're swarming around. We'll have conversations. It kind of goes quiet for a bit, and then the conversation picks back up. I have a few two specifically who really want to join, but are really adamant about not joining until the new year, even though I sort of spoke of the importance of like getting the equipment now and like, let's get you all set up now so that come the new year, you're ready to go. But they're kind of hesitant, and finding it, actually, I got into like a little bit of a slump this last week where I just feel like it's not, I don't know. It's like I had someone sign up who was all ready to go, really excited. Did it for 2 days, found it too hard and frustrating, and it's like no convincing her, otherwise she was done. So I guess that kind of threw me off a little bit, and I'm trying to like find that balance, and I don't know. I don't know if it's something, if it's something I'm doing, if I'm missing something there or what it is, but yeah.
I'll be super honest with you because I know that you are you're super committed and you're doing all the things.
Yeah, please do.
This job is not easy every day. Mm-hmm. There are like amazing highs when you finish a program, or you sign somebody up, or somebody you signed up finishes a program and they lose 50 pounds, and you like go to the events and it's amazing. And then there's some like hard lows where your friends ghost you, people quit, they don't want to do it anymore. They like all of those things, right? Like even me in this, I feel like this often. I even have this on my right here. It says the leader of a small business doesn't have 2 good days in a row. Mm-hmm. And I look at this every day because every day isn't good. And this job is not easy. It's you being vulnerable and putting yourself out there and sharing your story in a raw and like vulnerable way. Like that is not easy to begin with, let alone trying to help other people do the same thing. It's hard. And the only way to get through it and to see success in this is to do personal development. And so I don't know if you're doing any personal development right now, if you're doing any reading, if you're listening to podcasts, if you're working on up here as much as you're working on this, but it's essential. It's why it's a huge part of this business. It's why it's a vital behavior. You have to be working on your mental strength and your stamina and your mental like courage and confidence, or else you won't make it.
Yeah,
like you simply won't make it through this business unless you work on your mindset as much as you work on your physical body, because there will, and you have to know this, there will be people who say no, don't like the programs, quit, don't get the results, say that this isn't for them, never respond to you. Like that happens. It happens every day. So unless you are building up your confidence muscle, building up your mindset, it will break you.
Okay.
So we have so many recommendations. I know Tina's big into this too, so you can talk to her about different like professional development books or like personal development books to help like exactly where you need it. Or if not, like message me offline or even in the chat, because I think everybody else would benefit from this too. But even Courtney was so above personal development. She thought it was so cheesy and corny. She thought it was for people who were like hippies. And ultimately, I'd say about a year ago, she was like, okay, I either have to do personal development or I have to quit.
But I'll tell you, I still struggle to find what resonates. Like right now I'm listening to Matthew McConaughey, Green Lights. It's like, it's a book about his life. It's not really personal development for my business, but honestly, there are perspectives in that book of positivity and of, like living my best life that really inspire me. So I think that like I've heard Keith Callahan, who was a Beachbody coach, who wrote a really great book. Once you're more serious about the business, if you think you're serious about this business, it's an amazing read. It's called Build to Last by Keith Callahan. But he talks about how, you know, some people say, oh, I'm going to read 300 books this year. And he's like, what a waste that would be to me. I'm going to sift 300 books, but I'll probably finish 12. And the ones that really resonate with me, I'll probably reread 3 times. So, you know, while we have lists of personal development that are great, like make sure if it's not sitting with you, move on, or think about what you struggle with and then put that into Google to find the book that's for you. So if you start to do personal development and you're not leaning into it because you're not feeling it, don't be like, just keep going. Like, honestly, I've probably finished 2 or 3 books this year, and Erin's probably finished 15. And that's just a difference. That's okay. I've opened 30 or 40. Like, you know, it's okay. It's your journey regardless of how it happens.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So know that you're not alone. We all feel that way. All of us. We're just committed to not giving up, and you need to work on you.
Definitely
Awesome.
resonates. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anybody else who hasn't spoken who would like to speak? Everybody else's videos are off, so I don't know. But we are like 15 minutes over. So if that's everything for today, then amazing. You guys are all doing so great in a month where it's like so many other pressures and distractions and things going on. Being committed to this business is impressive. So way to go. And tomorrow's a big launch. I hope you guys all have an amazing big day with your clients and your like new clients. And I just hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys soon.